And for those who don't know, my husband was the captain of his state cricket, the Redbacks, and he's played a test match in the Ashes for in 2009 when he was in England. He's a wicket keeper and he's played for Australian one days as well. So I think one of my greatest accomplishments would have to be that I own a baggy green. Because you know, when you're married, it's 50-50. So.
And does that mean he owns a few indoor world gold medals and Commonwealth Games medals?
You're married, aren't you? Isn't it what's mine's mine, but what's yours is mine as well? Yeah.
No, I get that. Fantastic. Now, I guess just one last thing. One of the big things that we work with our clients on at Inspire Fitness is their nutrition, and we have a real emphasis on making sure people are eating correctly for not only their goals, their health goals, but also for performance in the real world at work and whatever. How important was nutrition in your as an elite athlete?
Yeah, I actually really struggled with the nutrition side of things when I was a teenager, because obviously, if anyone's watched track and field, we get around in not very much. We have to wear a two-piece, and so your abs are always showing, and athletes are meant to be lean all the time. But I think for me, I got to the point where I worked out that as long as you eat the right foods and you do the right training, your body finds where it's meant to be at. And everybody in athletics comes in all different shapes and sizes, like in life. And for me, all I concern myself with is making sure that I do eat all those foods that you're supposed to eat. I get enough iron, I eat my fruit and vegetables, and I still do treat myself, but I just keep it at moderation. And I think that's the main emphasis that you put into your diet, is that you have to have a well-rounded diet. You eat well, but you can always have those treats, but just as long as it's in moderation.
And so so now you've achieved such wonderful things in track and field. What does life hold for you now? What's your goals, and what are the sights that you're setting for yourself currently?
Well, it's pretty hard. You spend your whole life doing one thing, and when you're an athlete, you tend to be so in the zone that you put your head down and all you focus on is that next race and the next main goal or the next Olympic Games. And for me, it came to an abrupt end this year. I would have thought that I would have made the Olympic Games, and I wasn't picked, and it was pretty heartbreaking. So you find yourself trying to work out what you're going to do next in life. But I was fortunate enough that straight out of school I got a university degree. I've got a science degree, so I'm kind of looking forward to working. You know, all my friends are saying, no, hold off as long as you can, full-time work, it's hard. But no, it's another challenge for me, and I haven't exactly decided what I'm going to be doing, but I'm looking forward to it, because it's going to be quite nice to get a regular pay packet too, because athletics doesn't really pay the bills.
So not only an accomplished track and field career, but you've also got a university degree. Wow, that's pretty fairly impressive for the crowd. I just want to finish off with one thing. Tamsin mentioned it there, but she narrowly missed out on being selected for the Australian Olympics this year, which would have made her 4th Olympic Games. For the benefit of the crowd, she actually qualified under the international qualifying time, but the Australian selectors chose to and opted to not to take her along to the games. So she'd put in all the hard work, she'd been dedicated and achieved what she needed to do to achieve that. Tell us a little bit about your feelings at that time and how you, being an athlete, could overcome that disappointment.
It definitely does hurt when you set yourself a goal and you don't achieve it. But for me, I guess all you have to do is you look at, did you do everything that you possibly could? And I did. You know, I won the national title. I had a standard that the International Athletic Federation would have accepted me as a representative for Australia. But my country, who is actually being run by an Englishman, decided that we didn't want anyone in my event. So unfortunately, I had to sit and watch what would have been my 4th Olympic Games. But it is really hard, because you do spend 4 years focusing on that one goal, and that's a long time to be doing a lot of hard work. If anyone's ever run 800 metres, the training really hurts. But at the end of the day, since Beijing, I've got a few more national titles, and I've run for my club, and I've supported the domestic scene, and I've given everything that I possibly can, and it was all that I could possibly have done. So you have to look at things sometimes and go, there's going to be disappointments, but I'm proud of what I have achieved.
And so you should be, and we congratulate you for that. Can you join me just to say thank you for Tamsin for coming along and sharing this day and giving us a little bit of insight as to what it's like to be an elite athlete and to be such a outstanding Australian. Thank you very much, Tamsin.